Hey everybody, today is Wednesday, it's August the 25th, and all this week at Raw Food Rehab we are covering the subject of raw food fortitude. And we're breaking that big word of fortitude, down into 4 subcategories. Monday we started off by talking about bravery and courage. Yesterday we talked about perseverance. And today we are talking about honesty. And I want to put just a little bit of a different perspective on the word honesty, just so that we can stimulate some thoughts in our own lives and maybe create some dialogue here that is going to take it to just a little bit of a deeper level. And I realize that not everybody is going to get where I'm coming from, or they're going to receive this, but I'm just throwing it out there for the sake of conversation, and because it's helped me so much on my journey, it might help some of you all. So, you know, it's cool if you don't agree with me, but I'm just going to put it out there, okay? You know, I think that we're all born into this life as authentic people. We don't come into this world with an agenda. We don't come into this world as a scammer or a charlatan or whatever. You know, we're all born as pure beings on this planet that very much have a plan and a purpose for our lives. But as I've said before, like in every epic, fabulous novel, there is a force of good and evil on this planet. That's what I believe anyway. And I think that many of us, starting off even as young children, have heard the voice of defeat, or the voice of the accuser, if you will. And some people call it their inner child, their brat, their, you can call it the devil, you can call it whatever you want to call it. But we're this pure being that was born onto this planet, and things come against us. And it might be an abusive parent that tells you that you are worthless, that you're no good, that you're fat, that you're lazy. You know, all of these voices of accusation that come against you really do threaten the essence of who you were created to be. And I mean, most of us as children lack the ability to be able to moderate that and to be able to say, you know, well, they're telling me this. Is that right? Is that wrong? We just maybe lack the skill set to be able to know the difference. So if we're in an abusive situation, we can really begin to believe some of these insinuations that come against us, and it can begin to change and sculpt our lives. So what I want to propose to you today is for you to think about, what voice are you listening to? What voice have you been listening to? Because I believe that you were created in perfection. Okay? And you may look at yourself in the mirror and you may say, I'm fat, I'm an addict, I don't have a good education, I'm ugly, I don't have any money. I mean, you can look at yourself, and some of you do, I know, because I've been there, and I still struggle with certain aspects of this myself. But what I am calling out to you today is, do not make an agreement with the enemy. Don't agree with those voices and those situations that have come against the very essence of your being, because you were created for more than this. So if you're looking at yourself and you're saying, you know, I'm fat, is that really being honest? Well, how about this? How about you are a beautiful, perfect person that has had a whole lot of negativity come against you, and a lot of those circumstances have caused you to make choices that weren't the best for your health, that caused you to overeat. And yes, you are a beautiful creation that just happens to be wearing a fat suit right now. But that's not who you really are. That's not who you really are. It's a product of society. It's a product of your life. But you do have the power to get honest about what's real. I mean, peeling off all those lies that people have told you about yourself, because somewhere deep down inside of you, you know that's not who you really are. You were created for so much more than that. That's what I think real honesty is. Real honesty is about getting real, about getting really truthful about who you're created to be. And a lot of people might go, oh, well, that's living in denial. You're living in denial because, you really do weigh 250 pounds. So that means you're fat. Well, you know what? I'm not going to listen to that. I don't want to listen to that anymore because those are the voices that have kept me down in my life in the past. And I say, no, I won't listen to you anymore. So you need to surround yourself with people who know that you were created for greatness. And there's so much more in this topic we could probably talk about forever. But I'm just going to leave those thoughts with you. And I want to read from a very special book that I have that was given to me as a gift from our original group of raw food guinea pigs. I've brought this quote up more than once. And there's some controversy as to who actually said it. Was it Marianne Williamson? Was it Nelson Mandela? I don't know the answer for sure, but I am going to read this to you today because I think it's all about the real truth. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? We are all children of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about you shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We were all born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it is in all of us. And when we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. So I'd like to know from you today, what lies have you been told about who you really are? What agreements have you made with those lies and those people who have tried to break you down or beat you down into being less than God Himself has created you to be? How can you begin to get real with yourself, not anybody else? How can you get real with yourself today and recognize that true essence of who you were created to be? Not what you had for lunch today, not what somebody told you about how you look or how smart you are or how stupid you are. Not those voices, but that person way down deep on the inside of you, reconnecting to that. I'd love to hear from you today. What are your thoughts on this? Hit us up in the comments section. I realize this is a very heavy topic, but I think we can go there. I think a lot of us are ready to go there. So let's hear about it. I love you guys, and I'll be back with you again tomorrow.